Ready. Three.
They'll run here with a rookie second-round pick, Kenneth Walker. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Well, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Now in his 4th year, you still have to marvel at the type of athlete that DK Metcalf is. Honestly, unfair to ask some corners to lock this guy down. And as we know, not many can. 75 catches, a career high 12 touchdowns last season, and a first down with that catch there.
Okay, ready?
Walker now on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Hit and dropped behind the line by Dre Greenlaw.
Pretty straightforward play there by the linebacker. He saw the run, went with straight-ahead pursuit, and dumped him behind the line of scrimmage.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now Geno. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Lance and the 49ers now. 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. They start on the ground with McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd. Now Lance. He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Hook up a 15 yards there. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
The Niners had 0-1 on the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Ready?
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Room here to run. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 15 for the Niners there and a first down. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, this defense for the Seahawks, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And that's not the half of it. They forced 7 turnovers in that game, and I know we always talk about turnovers coming in bunches once you force the first one, but 7? That seems almost impossible, but we watched it happen.
And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3.
Off of play action, here's Lance.
Sliding out of the pocket. And that's caught inside the 30. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Here we go. Here we go.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Lance, into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Jonathan Abram picks it.
And the Seahawks are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And out route, and he's got the connection to Walker.
And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Smith on 3rd down. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it.
He's got room at the 30.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So much for the run on 3rd and 1. Instead, it's a big chunk in the pass game. 1st down.
How about the first half he's putting together? Well over 100 yards already with that last catch. And to me, they'd be well served to keep looking his way. A number of big plays already in this one.
Here's Walker.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Geno out to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kenneth Walker with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Seahawks have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, Charles, it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it. And when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They fake the handoff. Now Lance on the move to his left. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Here's Lance. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And some space here. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. On play action, Lance. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation. Lance looking to throw it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
The kick by Gold is good. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
Take it in at the 3. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Let's go now.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Cut 19. Cut 19. Go street. 70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
Throwing now is Geno. And he'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Hold it ready.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10.
18 Rattler. Nothing 19.
Back to throw.
That one taken in by Dwayne Eskridge.
Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Ready. 18. Right here. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Go.
Now Geno on 1st down.
Catch is made by Metcalf.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Now Smith. He hits his target, Lockett. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Ready.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Smith. Touchdown.
Derek Young
With his first career NFL touchdown.
and the Seahawks would extend their lead here just before halftime.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And the lead is up to 18 now.
49ers 3. Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
To throw, it's Lance.
Man open, that's Ray McCloud. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. The football will come out to the 25 as McLeod will not return it.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
They look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL, and all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Ready,
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. He'll get this to about the 38.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Now a play fake. Lance, he'll buy some time right. That's complete to the tight end, Werner. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
McCaffrey running up the middle. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Lance to throw it. And he finds Tyler Kroft. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line. First target, first catch, and a first down. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They look like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Play action. Now it's Lance. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Meanwhile, Lance's throw pulled in by Kittle. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll give him a fresh set of downs.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with first and goal.
They'll try and power it in with Juszczyk. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Kyle Juszczyk, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Niners are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. Gold with the extra point, and it makes the score 21-10. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first down at their own 28-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now, this offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Option play, they'll give to Walker. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now, I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this fourth quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off the game.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 22 yards there, a first down.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Have confidence with a lead to throw it here in the fourth, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and look like turtle at this point. You just go ahead and play.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Smith. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. The end result, 21 yards.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Cowboy 80.
Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had 3 tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Myers connects on the PAT, and the lead is up to 18 now.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Returning from his end zone is Ray McCloud. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Brown. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, let's face it, Brandon. They're down here in the second half. Want to try and make something happen. And if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder. Because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play down.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Now Geno.
And that's going to be caught, Dwayne Eskridge. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the fourth quarter, but the way that they passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown a
touchdown, Seahawks.
Derek Young.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Seahawks are on their way to a 2-0 start.
Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule, because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Michael Dixon, the kickoff for Seattle.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's McLeod from his end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is in the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Second down and right back to McCaffrey. The second down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing is Lance on third down. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be fourth down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
He's going to let it fly. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Seahawks, they'll get the football back in outstanding field position. They'll get this out wide to Metcalf. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17. That's complete right around the 8. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's second and goal. Up the middle they run. It's Walker, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So the victory here for Seattle. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for the Seahawks, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Atlanta Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Niners, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.